That's right, and I guess like for now, like things are looking to be more of a very steady pacing of control for inside of Smart Omega, whereas there is a lot of capabilities where they could set up dives coming out of Mina Evos as well. So it's very risky because there's always the counter. Like they need to know where exactly the Akai is, as well as the Kaja now also posing a huge threat. I think like every divine judgment will definitely result in some heavy returns, so long as they do get the right targets.
Yeah, and as long as they have the enough of it burst damage when the divine judgment lands its target. So that's going to be one as well. So they need to be in the right position. But let's see if they can actually execute that. Those are theories. Practically, let's see what happens inside of the game. This is going to be the decider match between Smart Omega and MNNE Evos.
Kicking things off, we're not going to be seeing much of an invade going over on either side of the party. But speaking of which, Hani is already on duty just to go ahead to check what's in store over bomb side. It seems like Joan will be accompanied by a little birdie on the side. But over on the mid lane, you can see that there is going to be a little bit of that form of a rotation coming in to give a little bit more of that priority for onto the EXP side. So I guess like the playstyle for these two teams is that they want to ensure to have a smooth cruise in the first 3 minutes of the game, and then we'll see what happens later on in the turtle.
Yeah, if the Matilda is being used by Yums, and we've seen that yesterday, he will be the one jungle invading, but for Hani, it's a little bit more respectful. Yes, he knocked on the door of Smart Omega, but he doesn't really go in. It feels like there's a respect between these two teams, just like how the previous round was. So it was kind of slow pacey. It took a while before both teams really activated each other. It could be the same case now that there's more at stake.
Definitely the case. Whereas we've already got Kaizen hitting level 4. They're looking for something over the bomb side. No chance to actually steal away the crab. And eventually they will have to path towards the top side. The turtle's coming up. Whereas, of course, they need everybody to hit their levels first beforehand in order to ensure a smoother take. So it's MNNE Evos coming with the immediate measure to start off with the turtle. I don't really see much of a presence coming in from the rest of Smart Omega to contest other than having Camgot here looking for the target. Kaizen will be the priority right here. They're going for the dive, and immediately you can see the collateral damage pinning them to the wall with the Hurricane Dance, and it is first blood for Lewis. And they will circle back into the pit, looking for that turtle. I'm not sure if they can do this without a retreat, but it seems like they want to try, and immediately getting suppressed by the Divine Judgment as well. Things are looking rather bleak, but this Arlot will be able to flicker to safety.
Oh, despite the Divine Judgment, looks like they didn't manage to secure the kill. So, yeah, interesting enough. But not JM. Eventually they did, somehow.
Yeah, they still went in for the dive. Great call coming out of Smart Omega. Just like that, they got 2 out of the bag. I feel like they weren't exactly prepared for this. They should have expected exactly that scenario to happen, but what exactly can they do? I mean, they can only burn a couple of flickers and try to get away from any form of a wall, and instead they were retreating back into a wall, which is why it was an easy pin down for them to look for when it comes down to how Sermat has been able to secure these opportunities of an assist.
Yeah, I guess it's just spur of the moment, right? Like, it just happened then and there. You need to make a split-second decision, so you happen to pass by there. The heavy spin happened to be active as well, and yeah, that just happened. So it just happens like really, really fast. Of course, like for us, when we watch it, we can digest it and like, oh, if only that happened, if only that happened. But when for these players as they're playing it, it's like you probably don't have enough time to really decide. So to be fair to them, I guess it's just a situation.
True enough, especially with the involvement of Lewis, when you do have the element available, they will be able to at least get that mini stun off, and that is just about enough to actually set off at Akai. Now, that is going to be a dive being negated from the side of MNNE Evos. So Smart Omega, we can actually look for an eventual opportunity, but over top end though, what a dive coming out of Lewis, still securing it very well.
There's solo dive there, but now Kazan has arrived. We're trying to pin down Lewis. Back up behind from Lance, CY has arrived as well. There's nowhere that he's able to go. But the hard guard comes in. This could buy him some time, but not enough time. Now Ray L is in trouble, but he should be able to get away with the move speed.
Yeah, just about enough move speed to get herself back into safety. Now, what can this Angela do? I mean, they're not even going to be anywhere nearby. The rest of the team is chasing down a Brody. So this is going to be a free turtle over into the hands of MNNE EVOS. Good retake as well as punishment that falls through in order to shut off Lewis. So he will be just snowballing from here on. Though Lewis has already gotten 3 kills at this moment. But that being said, 5 minutes in the game, we already see just about 4 kills across the board, where it's still anybody's game for the time being. I want to see a little bit more involvement coming out of Hani. So far, they haven't been able to actually single out any form of target, because that also puts this Matilda in danger if she was to move into an uncharted territory and be caught out by the Kaja, and hence why you can see a little bit more of a safer approach on this Matilda.
Well, I want to see more codes there, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you didn't miss it. If you did, well, maybe you can just rewind it if you're watching on the YouTube especially. But now, Lewis at the bottom lane, 4-1. There's nowhere that he's able to go. And there you go. Even if the hard guard lands onto him, well, no, the high guard's on the other side. What am I talking about? But anyway, so 4-1. Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward kill for Smart Omega.
Yeah, while they were focusing on that one takedown, there is going to be a pressure upon the top side. They dive onto this Angela. Immediately a killing spree for the Lilia. Now coming from the back, it is going to be a flank of the Kaja to be joining into the ranks. This Hurricane Dance is not going to find anything at all. So that is pretty much it. But good news is the fight's not going to be starting off for the Turtle so soon. So there should be just about enough seconds on the clock to eventually get their ults online once again. So we're just seeing a little bit more of engages as well as pickoffs out of MNNE EVOS, just abusing their kit of having a little bit more of that mobility, but they understand that there is always going to be a risk in a fight that is not going to be favoring them in terms of numbers, which is why like you see a little bit more of that focus over on the bottom side of that. Quite unfortunate as well that they don't have enough beat wave, or else like you'll see a little bit more of that race on who gets the first turret.
Yeah, so and it's still like anyone's game. Although it kind of looked like Smart Omega, but honestly, if you ask me, there's a lot of respect. So you don't really see that snowballing effect happening onto MNNE EVOS just yet. It is not as aggressive like game number 1 where you get the box here, you can go in. Now it's like because of the composition, they are playing like pick-off composition. The Kaja comes in, Divine Judgment, and things like that. So that's why we don't see like a very fast pace, because yeah, if you use the Divine Judgment, it takes a while to cool down. So, I mean, that is like, that's like the basics of it being deployed. So I would expect that maybe this game might take a little bit longer as compared to round 1. It may be as long as round 2 even.
Yeah, I do see that form of an angle as well, but if they can continue with this sort of pick-off formulation, then you will eventually see a very well-fed Lilia that can actually burst a lot of all these targets down. And if that continues to be the case for Smart Omega, they will have a huge problem going into that late game.
Yeah, so I don't know, trying to end it quick, I'm not sure about that. I feel that this will take a while.
Yeah.
And if it goes to the late game, that is potentially like a 50-50. Unless if you reach a certain point whereby you have absolute map control, then you can kind of take your time. Yeah, then that's probably going to be okay while you wait for the next lord or one of the luminous lords to really show up. But now we're coming back onto the game, ladies and gentlemen. The moment we arrive back onto the Land of Dawn, the total is up.
Now, with MNNE EVOS having all hands on deck, They're looking to just quickly take this one down. Surmat is not going to get that angle where he will get that Hurricane Dance off, but they are actually targeting the Akai instead. Here comes the Hurricane Dance. No chance for him to survive to steal it away. This will still land in the back of MNNE EVOS. If only the Heart God was channeled a little bit earlier, then maybe the Akai would have a few more seconds on the clock, but it is what it is because it was too fast. Kaizen saw a perfect timing for him before he even channels the Hurricane Dance, so that was great going for MNNE EVOS.
Oh yeah, that was beautiful indeed. And with that, they managed to get that one extra kill. So you can see that there's like this back and forth between the two of them, but you don't see like big invasions, you don't see like big team fights because number one, starting it is not going to be easy. They kind of know their positions. Number two, it's more of like a team. It's more of like a what do you call that? A pick of calm. So if it's a pick of calm, then it may just end like, okay, if the fight happens, you get a kill, and then everyone just backs off. So it's kind of like easy that way. So it will take a while before both teams, either side, can snowball or they find a good opportunity. Maybe just like now.
Speaking of that, we do find another Requiem hit right onto the Kaja. The hunter becomes the hunted, and now they're looking for more. There is just very little room to escape. The Heart God will just buy a little bit more time, but not enough. Lancey is unstoppable. And just look at this aggressive side of MNNE EVOS. Smart Omega could not handle the heat at all.
Oh, this is now MNNE EVOS. But it's again pickoffs, okay? No big moves just yet. But if this continues, obviously it can snowball. Now, what the teams will want to achieve right now is to try to get map control. And with that, is try to take out the turrets. The top turrets taken out. They even up the amount of turrets inside the game right now. Or maybe not. Looks like MNNE EVOS, they have the turret advantage, it seems, against Smart Omega. So they have better entry. But if only they can take down the mid turret, the first one is good enough.
Yeah, and you're already looking at a 5-0 Lilia. Like, she can single-handedly burst down whichever target she desires, right? So it is very difficult, and you got the black shoes. Like, it's really down to the pinpoint pickoffs, and here comes the Hurricane Dance, pushing them to multiple directions, but it's not going to be enough. Doming will find that Urtel, so that is going to be the backline picked off. What an angle as they're still looking for the dive.
Oh, Luis?
This is going to be pretty difficult, but they are reconsidering pulling back with the black shoes as the Lord comes up online. And with a pull for the Divine Judgment, they find one, but that isn't the target that they desire once again.
Wow, they just
skirted off.
They're just buying time right now. Look at the Lord, it's been taken down. And MNNE EVOS, Kaiser would say, thank you very much, teammates. They bought enough time, didn't overextend. But now, speaking about overextension, looks like it's going to be 4v1. Luis, they're all alone. Doming will be happy to get a kill.
The front door's checked, the back door's checked as well. No flanks coming in for the Paquito. Like, things are just getting harder as each second passes by for Smart Omega. Now with the Lord as well, I'm not so sure if they could actually hold on to even the second tier turret, because this dive is imminent. This is a Lilia ready to take them on. Surmat will have to give way. They need those early immortalities in order to have a little bit more chances. This is having Prime God to just slide into safety with one tick of health left, but they will defend with their lives if they need to get some of all these empowered minions over on the bottom side.
Oh, MNNE EVOS now snowballing. Are they going to break the hearts of Smart Omega? Is this going to be a reverse sweep for them? Right now, the Lord is going to put pressure onto the top lane. They're waiting for the Lord to arrive onto the doorstep of Smart Omega. And that is where they will execute their plans inside of the base of Smart Omega.
MNNE EVOS knocking onto their doorstep yet again. Surmat goes envy for a little moment, but can't really find that opening pick with Lord JM that's basically guarding the corners, and now onto the mid side. They do have just about enough minion waves, but the clear is going to be fast coming out of Smart Omega. It's definitely going to take a while. Maybe another Lord will do the trick, so they don't really have to put themselves at risk, because the moment that they dive, you'll expect that Akai to get a couple of catches. Demon Hunter saw it now, completed for that Brody.
Disciplined gameplay by Minana Evos, not overextending. Fall back, clear off the jungle, prepare for the next Lord while they secure the map. Now they are just injecting fear into Smart Omega. Smart Omega, we can see they're not able to come out at all. But Minana Evos, they're going to try with this way. They're going to try to hack down the turret by the Smart Omega. They're trying to counter. They go in. Hani is in trouble. Hani falls back. He's still alive as of now. The turret is going to fall, but looks like the one that's going to fall first is going to be mad. The jungler is down. At this moment, Hard Gun will be used by Riel. Trying to secure Job. Job is alive, but Job can't do anything much. He does not have the damage to counter upon his opponent at the moment to jump in onto JM. JM survives, but can't say the same for Lewis as he goes down. This is the opportunity for Minana Evos to end the game. Now they are inside of the crystal, right in front of the crystal is theirs. Minana Evos didn't hit the Lord. All they need is a good pickoff, and they will book their tickets onto the following round.
Minana Evas putting